Hi friends, I'm Jayaprakash Nagathihalli. Welcome to Transformation Unlimited YouTube channel. Today's topic is Scale Your Business by our friend entrepreneurship mentor BV Venkatsham. Let me welcome Venkatsham. Hi Venkat. Hello.
Namaste, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good evening.
I think the title itself is very attractive because scale your business. Okay. Any businessman wants to scale his business. So definitely he will watch our video till the end. What do you say?
Scaling is the most important part of anything that we do, including our life. The numbers keep increasing every minute, every second. The numbers have to increase. So
Yes.
scaling up becomes essential.
Yes,
It's a very, very essential
scaling
part.
up. In fact, I mention in my master classes or in regular offline classes, often
Mm.
and often, you have to
So
update or
this,
you will be outdated. That's what I used to
oh,
say.
100%. Oh, 100%. Today afternoon, I was at our bank for
Okay.
some stupid reason.
Oh.
Uh, they had poked into our account, into our civil account for an auto loan, which we had never asked for. So I
Mm-hmm.
wanted the clarification as to why that was done and things like that. And
Okay.
one thought they came to me, if you don't change, then change changes you. You know,
Definitely.
this was an afternoon thought that came to me. So
Mm.
yeah, so any business where it has to move at a steady pace, it has to scale up at a steady pace, it has to climb up at a steady pace.
Yes,
So,
here I want to mention one thing.
mm,
When it changes, it may lead us to our default life itself. Whereas
mm.
if we planned, if we design, we'll go for the designing life. So it's better to have a designing life than the default life. That's my suggestion.
Oh yes, see, one of the key things is when you are trying to work in a very unplanned fashion,
Mm.
you might have success initially, but
Okay.
the chaos take over,
Ah.
and then you don't know when the chaos kills you.
Okay, good.
To give you a simple example, it is more like there's loose soil around a tree.
Okay.
No one knows the reason for the loose soil.
Hmm.
So the roots of the tree suddenly start spreading. And then this soil starts sticking to the trunk of the tree. And slowly but steadily, termites start entering into it. And when the termite starts eating the tree, the outer part of the tree looks good,
Hmm.
but the inner part of the tree is gone. So
Okay.
similarly, the chaotic growth that we actually are talking of, no, the unplanned,
Hmm.
undesigned part of the
Okay.
life that we talk about, if it is not properly thought through and then done, you might have success at that moment of time, but it is definitely not going to be successful on the
Okay.
long run. It's going to be,
Venkat, today I have five questions for you.
oh yes.
Let our audience also prepare for the same. What is the difference between a startup company and a scaling up company?
Primarily, Jayaprakash, when we look at it, startup is the stage at which you don't know what business you are trying to do.
Okay. Mm.
You would be mostly the startup founder would be jack of all arts kind. He
Mm.
doesn't know what he's trying to do. He is trying to explore. He's in that mode.
Mm.
It's more an experimentation mode.
Okay.
That typical phase is between 0 to 12 months to 14 months kind of a thing. But by 14th month, it starts taking some direction. So at that point of time, the scaling up of business has to start to happen. Otherwise, chaos is going to set in. So
Yeah.
the startup is a stage where it is more like a small baby who's
Mm.
being held in the hand of the mother and
Okay.
being carried around everywhere. Scaling up is more like the child who has started to walk around,
Mm.
who will now start running. So unless you cushion the child, the child will face a lot of injuries and those kind of things. So
Hmm.
that is the basic difference between starting up and scaling up. And
Wow,
as you
wow,
rightly
wow.
said, in between, if you don't plan, the safety nets would be missing, and the child will have a lot of injuries.
Yes.
So that's the basic idea. Yeah.
That's where people like you will enter because I have seen the mentoring of BV Venkatsham with few entrepreneurs, and I'm very happy to share with all of you that if you meet Venkatsham, you will definitely, whatever the problem you have, you will fix your problem.
Those are very heavy words, Jayaprakash. Thank you for such kind words. Yeah.
Yeah, now I'll move on to the second question.
Mm.
What errors people do while scaling up?
See, basically, when you look at any business, there are five areas of this thing which happen.
Hmm.
One is the sales and marketing, which is a very confusing task. The
Hmm.
second one is the finance part of it,
Okay.
because any business, money has to come in, money has to go out.
Yes.
That's the second part of the business.
Yeah.
The third one is going to be more like what do you say, human resource. You need people, you need the human resource to do things for you. And then finally, it's about the strategy. What do you want to do? How do
Okay.
you want to compete against your competitor in the business? No business in this world is without competition. We always used to discuss one simple point. Wherever there is sugar, there are ants around it, right? So similarly, when people see a business being very profitable because of your strategy and things like that, competition starts entering in very early, and then they start challenging your profits and things like that. So
Okay.
how do you counter that? By actually planning in a proper fashion, and then ensuring that the competition is not able to take away the business from you is going to be a very, very important task, very a crucial task. So I would say this is more like the crown and the crown jewel, the management team and
Okay.
its strategy. Management is like the crown on the head of the king,
Hmm.
and strategy is the crown jewel, which is the most essential part of the crown. So that's where the story comes in. And if you don't plan and organize yourself into these crucial areas to run the business, then it is either better to stay as you are, don't expect growth, or get prepared to die. It's a fantastic recipe for killing yourself.
Okay.
You are exposing your weaknesses and things like that. So these five areas are absolutely crucial in the business that you actually get into.
Okay, you have given us the Panchasutras of business. Thank you very much. How do you organize a business while scaling up?
See, basically, any business that gets organized, as I said, there are five different departments.
Hmm.
I called it the operations part of the business is the general administration, the
Okay.
systems, processes, and things like that.
Hmm.
However, the key of any this thing is to have a marketing team which goes approaches your customer and gets them, or you have some mechanism today. Social media is very buoyant, very strong, very this thing, wherein you create. It's also a marketing effort. Posting out what you're trying to do on a Instagram or a YouTube video or any such thing
Hmm.
is a very crucial part of your sales and marketing strategy.
Okay.
There's one key area and gray area which actually happens. People confuse sales and marketing in a very distinct fashion.
Yeah.
I'll put it this way because we are just out of Operation Sindoor. So I'll put it this way. There's Army, there's Air Force, correct? So the job of marketing is to go bombard like Air Force, right? They clean up and make way for the army to go and capture. So marketing's job is to do things at a very high level,
Hmm.
go and prepare the market or prepare the area that has to be covered. And sales job is to physically take control of those areas and then start transacting. So marketing's job ends when they bring the customer to the sales guy for him to go and convert and make him pay for the product or service that you're trying to sell.
Yeah.
So that's where the sales and marketing part comes in.
What
Yeah.
an example. People will easily connect. Thank you very much for this Sindur example. What are the functional departments of a business?
See, as I said, marketing is one of the areas, and sales. They clubbed to them together as one department. Sales and marketing, marketing and sales is one of the key departments. The second one is the finance. Finance and legal is the second part of the story, because most of the compliances that you have to do in business is related with either human resource or finances. These are the two governmental compliances that you will have to do. So financial compliance is the first one to come back to you, because you know it better, because you had worked in the government department, sales tax department and things like that. You know the importance of this finance and compliance, right? Any if activity that is done, the results are tangible only in the numbers that it brings in terms of the financial numbers. Whatever you sell is converted into rupee and pice, as we can comfortably say. And this rupee paise that is coming in, if it is not managed properly, if it is not accounted properly, you don't know the direction that you are going in, whether the direction that you're going is right or wrong. The third and most crucial piece is human resources.
Mm.
People, if you look at any product or service, starts from people and ends with people, correct? People create, there is a need that the people or the customer who's a person
Okay.
needs. And then there is some person who understands this needs and creates a product or a service around it. So people become the crucial factor of any business. So it starts from people and ends with people, right? So HR department's job is to get the right people into the system, create the responsible areas for those people who are going to work there. Example, if there is someone who's looking at, let's say, sales,
Hmm.
right? Whether the sales guy has gone into the market or not.
Okay.
What are the jobs of a salesman that whom you are going to hire?
Hmm.
So, what are his responsibilities? How is his performance being evaluated? This metric becomes the key to drive any business. This
Okay.
is the most important piece of any business. So they are called as KRAs and KPIs in in the larger this thing, which has to be looked into and then done, right? That is the HR part of it. Finding the right people, holding them together. Yeah,
Hmm.
then there is a part of compliance which also they have to look at, because there are the multiple law and rules and regulations which come in,
Okay.
like the Labor Department, Factories Act. These compliances have to be looked after by the HR department.
Okay.
Then there is the operations team. If you are a manufacturing company, then as a manufacturing company, you will have a plant. You will have engineers, you will have technicians, you will have operators, multiple things there. Or if you are a services company, it depends on what kind of services that you are rendering. But the structure or the hierarchy that we are actually talking of is going to remain the same, right? So this is the operations part of the team. These are the guys who are running the operations. So that has to be looked into. Then the other key area that we are actually talking about, is the management and the strategic thinking of the management. So
Okay.
management team could be just the proprietor himself, along with a few of the key personnel from the team, or it could be, if you are a private limited company, you would probably have a set of board of directors within your family or some external company. Or if you are a listed company, then there are independent directors whom you have to appoint, who come in with ideas,
Hmm.
thoughts, processes, and things like that, which get implemented,
Hmm.
right? So these are the five key areas which are there. So the strategic thinking has to happen from the board. It could take inputs from maybe the ground level operators or from the customers or whatever it is.
Hmm. Hmm.
What the strategic thinking as to what direction that the company is taking
Okay.
is Why the board? That is the most crucial part. So, right. So
Yes.
these are the key are the areas of running a business.
Yes, you have explained it in a very short way, but in an understanding way. Thank you very much for that. What are the support functions required for a services or a manufacturing company?
One of the key things, we are sitting in the Silicon City,
Hmm.
and we are sitting in the digital or infotech age. So information systems are a very, very crucial support function for any enterprise.
Hmm.
Information systems.
Okay.
It gives you, in the if I have to say in the typical programming language.
Okay.
Sorry to use this. They say garbage in is equal to garbage out. Right? So
Okay.
similarly, your information systems have to be strong and robust so that you get the right kind of information or input that you actually want to run the business.
Hmm.
And since it's all in the digital space, the less number of paperwork that happens, and you would be able to do things
Yeah,
much
yeah,
better.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Some amount of
Huh.
time and effort has to go into some sort of research. It could be a simple market research, it could be a product research, or you are trying to, if you are a services company, you are looking at how to improve your services. You could utilize multiple tools, multiple things that you can actually do, and then create something new, which will ensure that you are the next mile ahead of your competitor, right? That becomes the most important and the crucial part of the story, primarily because today, if you are not prepared for tomorrow, if you are not planning for tomorrow, then the day after tomorrow is going to be a very, very tough day for you,
Hmm.
right? So that's where the story goes in. The
Okay.
third and most important piece of this thing is who pays for your business, right? Typically, it's the customer who pays. So you should have some sort of a customer service
Hmm.
setup where if there are some complaints, some issue, some problem, right, that resolution has to happen. So this is a very crucial part of the service support or the operational support that we are actually looking at. So these are three core, critical pieces of support functions or support operations, which have to be embedded. They don't seem to be a separate department per se, unless you're a research company or if you're an IT company or you're a BPO kind of a this thing where customer service everywhere kind of a story that happens. Other than that, somewhere or the other in all the small businesses, these are things which are crucial, which are absolutely essential.
Wow, wow. What a revelation from an expert entrepreneurship mentor, Venkatesham. Thank you very much for your time and the sharing of your experiences. Thank you.
Thank you, Jayaprakash. Namaste, everyone. Bye.